Hello everyone, Zane here, and I wish this video was a little bit happier, but unfortunately it's not. As of yesterday, February 11th, around 9:38 this morning, my mother unfortunately passed away. She was in the local nursing home where I live. She fell again, and she was perfectly fine until they laid her down in her bed. Soon after that, her body just shut down and they couldn't resuscitate her, them and or the ambulance. I get a phone call from my aunt, who was at my place of work at the time, getting her some things that she wanted. She called the first time, said that she has to be rushed back to the hospital and she's in critical condition. I get pissed off as usual because it's like her third time going back. I had my father call back the nursing home. They said the same thing. And he proceeded to go back to bed because there's nothing we could do because she had to be transported to the hospital. Soon after that, my father ended up getting out of bed, and right after we went into the kitchen, the phone rang yet again. My aunt was screaming at the phone, saying she's dead. I immediately dropped the phone and just started crying. My father hysterically yelling, "No, don't tell me that." So in a panic, he hung up the phone, got dressed, and we head down to the nursing home where they were waiting for us, and they told us that she unfortunately went. She was bleeding out of her mouth. Apparently she bit herself on the way down when she fell. And yeah, that was it. I didn't get to see her. My father did, but I didn't go in to see her. I guess I didn't want to see her dead lying there. I wanted to see her as I did Saturday, alive and somewhat okay. I didn't go see her Sunday, but the day before she died. I wasn't feeling too well. Work was stressful, and I was having problems that day. Probably because my body was sensing something was going to happen. I just didn't know that was going to be her death. And today we went to the funeral home where she's going to be, and we took care of everything that we had to take care of. She will be cremated at her request, and this way she will always be with us at home instead of in the ground. As for me, I'm gonna be taking a break from YouTube, if it wasn't obvious, but I'm not quitting. I am not quitting YouTube, I am taking a break. As for me, this is the first major death in my family. I've had plenty, but not as close to home as this one. I've been through death more times than I want to admit. Well, I've seen death more times than I want to admit. And this one is just the worst I've ever encountered. I'm gonna come home every day from work to an empty, quiet house. My father works nights, so he won't be home when I'm home. It's gonna be empty. But my aunt and my grandmother live right next door, thank God. So I'm not completely alone. Unfortunately, my brother moved out of the house, so he won't be home with me. But I'm coming home to an empty house. I'm also going to be having a little pendant with her ashes in it that I'm going to be wearing at all times. As what design it's going to be, I don't know. As for my father, well, I don't know how he's going to cope with this. He's going to walk into his bedroom without her for the rest of his life. I had never seen him cry before, but God, it was just the worst I've ever seen him. Her wake is gonna be on Friday. She'll be cremated by that time, so there won't be an open casket, thank God. I don't think I would have it in me to see her laying there dead anyway, so I'm thankful for that. But yeah, I will be away from YouTube for hopefully not too long, because I love doing this. It has given me so much joy. My crafting videos that I made have been very helpful to me, because I have been in a depression about a week ago, and those results of those videos have you know, dragged me out of that depression, but unfortunately I'm going right back into it. I want to thank everybody who has watched my videos over the year. Those who commented, those who liked, those who disliked. I want to say I appreciate it all. As of this video, the comment section will be open. I ask you to be respectful of me and my family. And this video is in honor of her. I am here surrounded by my 3 friends that were available. They're doing the ritual prayer for her. And as you can see, I have surrounded myself with red rose flowers and candles to set the mood. And as for the music, well, this is my favorite song, and it was just seemed appropriate. As to the likes and dislikes, well, every like on this video is a prayer for my mother and for my family. And every dislike Well, for every dislike is going to be, as you could say, a condolence to my family. So, prayer, condolence if you don't have a religion or you don't believe in God. Dislike mostly for you. For those who do believe in God or do want to send me a prayer, leave a like on the video or comment one in the comment section down below. As for me and my family, we have everyone praying for us as well, family and friends, as well as my aunt's church and all that. They're sending prayers to me and my family as well. I needed to make this video as an honor of my mother. Let you guys know what's going on, because you have the right to know what's going on with my life. And me not being on here, sorry. You guys are probably gonna wonder why. If you guys don't follow me on my Twitter or my Facebook, you guys wouldn't have found out if I didn't post it on here. This video will be here on my channel forever as a memento and a memorial to my mother. She doesn't know I did YouTube. I wish I did, because she would have been proud of me and how far I've come since I started it. But I know she's watching, and she knows. And she knows this is for her. I love you, Mom. I love you guys. Thank you for being here for me. Thank you for supporting me. I love you all. I will miss you guys, but I will be back once I'm able to walk into my house and not break into tears. So until that time, take care of yourself. Tell your family, the people who matter to you, tell them you love them. Because you'll never know when they're not going to be there anymore. Again, thank you. And may you ever walk in the light. Take care, everyone.